If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and will heal their land. Where all this pride coming from, huh? We denied the sun from the jump, number one. Number two, we worship all these falsified deities, sending vain praises up, worshiping our enemies. Three, we glorify, put our trust in man, idolizing doctrines that's abominable to man, and we puffed up like we done something, even though the prophets told us that the Lord would turn from us, utterly destroy us, homeland desolate, told us he would scatter us. Tell me, what you thought that meant? Most these pastors teaching nonsense in the pulpits, ministers of Satan, that's who they be fooling with, doctrines of devils, demons in your range, sin and iniquity, never ending pain. Pray the Lord forgive me, I blaspheme his name, in my holy ignorance, have mercy on me, man, have mercy on me, man. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. I was a sinner and I know it, trying to change though. Read scripts, trying to apply them to my life, so I had to make some changes, call it audible, cause some things I was doing was abominable. Had a slice of humble pie, you should try it, be sure. It's that inner self that you should be trying to reach. It's that daily bread that we should be trying to eat. The spiritual mindset we should be trying to keep. All this hatred is of Satan, he deceived us all. But if we believe on the Son, he gon' redeem us all. Glorified bodies, but are you teachable? Or do you just wanna do what you wanna do? That's a question we gotta ask ourselves, cause that sound like self-worship and that's a path to hell. Well, as for me, I'ma humble on down, and with a trembling heart pray for my crown. Now, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. For it is God which worketh in you, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Christ, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. Yea, and if I be offered upon the sacrifice and service of your faith, I joy and rejoice with all of you. For the same cause also do ye joy and rejoice with me. And rejoice with me. And rejoice
All right, giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Elohim, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We're going to go ahead and stand and open up.
All right, family, I'm coming from the book of Psalms, Psalms 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
Yes,
but his delight is in the law of the Most High, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away.
that's right.
Therefore the ungodly shall stand in the judgment,
They shall not.
nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous.
That's right.
For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish.
That's us.
May the Most High bless the readers, hearers, and doers of his word. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High. Once again, Shabbat Shalom, everyone in here present. Also those who are on Facebook and YouTube and Rumble. Peace and blessing to you all in the name of Yahshua HaMashiach. Family, y'all see the title of the lesson today. We're going to be in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 16. We're going to just deal with 16 this Shabbat. And we're going to cover various topics in this so-called chapter 16. One of them is dealing with, if you read in the New Testament, you're going to see this name Pharisees, right? We're going to deal with Pharisees test Yahshua. And then discipleship is costly, but we're going to deal with other little topics in there, because he was saying, Yeshua was saying that, hey, man can't come up with confessing out of your mouth that he is the Adonai, right? This here got to come from heaven. We're gonna look at that as well, right? So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. We're gonna be in Matthew chapter 16. But before we get started, we're gonna go into the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, Compact Bible Dictionary. I'm gonna put it up here. Compact Bible Dictionary. We're gonna look up these sects that was in Israel. And we're going to look at the mindset. We're going to get a backdrop because, you know, sometimes we hear about Pharisees and Sadducees and Heronians and Essence and all these, which are mentioned in the New Testament, right? In the testimony. But sometimes we don't even get a jacket on the mindset they was in and why they coming at Yahshua, right? Well, once we read the mindset, you're going to see that these same people still exist.
That's right.
Either is so-called in the Israelite community. Now, let's go. Let me share my screen. We're going to jump right on in. Chrome would like to record computer screen. And why you want to do that? Entire screen. This is a new computer I have, y'all. Let me do that. Let me go back. I done screen sharing was canceled. Okay. Let me get back in here again. They want to share my screen. Let me see. Entire screen. Open. Okay. Y'all hold for a minute. Let me go in here and set this up. My gosh. I thought I had all this stuff. Y'all hold on for a minute. I'm back in there. Now, let me get back in here. Daggone. I get it. Man, this sucker not gonna. To share your screen, allow screen recording for Chrome. I did that. It's on. It's on. Turn it off. And I turn it back on. You will then need to restart Chrome. Okay, y'all hold for a minute. I got to restart Chrome. Okay, let me do this, y'all. Y'all hold tight. I'm coming right back. The screen might black out, but I had to do this because this is a new computer, and I forgot to set this up. I do apologize, family. Y'all hold tight. Hold on. Hold on. Yes, sir. Hold on. All right, let me restart it. Boom. Reload. We back in the house. Okay. Now, let's see what they let me do it. Man, that sucker here. Now they're telling me to reload. I done that. Reboot. Chances are you may not be safe. Tell you what, let's do Windows. Chrome tab. Okay, y'all hold for a minute. Let me reboot the whole system. Y'all stand by. Everybody stand by. Be right back. All right. Let's see what we're going to do now. Share this screen. There we go. Hello. All right. All praise to the Most High. We got it up, y'all. Now, let me get over here and do this. Let me do this. We're going to go ahead and present. Share the entire screen. Let me know if y'all can see that on the screen. Y'all see that? Pharisees. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, family, we're gonna look at Pharisees, we're gonna look at the Sadducees, Heronians, and the Essenes. Okay, these are a group, the sects that was in Israel. Now, a few of them was in there prior to Messiah them coming over, right? This got a lot of them was during the Maccabean period. Okay. And we're going to read a little of that, and you're going to see the mindset of these folks. They still exist today. Check it out. Pharisees. Is it showing clear on there? Sisters, is it showing clear on there? Can you see it on your screen there? Okay, cool. All right. When you get it, brother, go ahead.
All right, family. Pharisees. Of the three prominent societies of Judaism at the time of Hamashiach, Pharisees, Sadducees, and the Essenes. The Pharisees were by far the most influential.
Okay, now they got the most influence over everybody. Think about it. When you got the most influence over everybody, and somebody coming in threatening your credibility, your what you call credibility anyway, it's a problem. Go ahead and read.
The origin of this most strict sect of Jews is obscure. But it's believed the organization came out of the Maccabean revolt.
Out of the Maccabean revolt, huh? We're going to look at that. Go ahead.
There was, however, a group of Jews resembling the Pharisees as far back as the Babylonian captivity.
So this is nothing new, right? Because think about it. After every captivity, he told them, whenever I put you in a nation, do not learn the ways of these heathen nations. Do not intermingle with these people. Do not have anything to do with these people. Even when we came over here in slavery, they had white water fountain, they had black over there. He was still trying to keep us separate. But Israel fought so hard to get over there to the white water fountain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They still tried. They'll go to the back door of the restaurant just to eat them a sandwich with ain't no telling what's on it. That's how foolish our people still to this day. They still fight. We are out of these. Yeah, Zondervan. Yeah, thank you, brother. We on page 453 through 454. These are two other Pharisees. Go ahead and read, brother.
The name Pharisee, which in its Semitic form means the separated ones.
Yeah.
Separatists.
Yeah.
First appears during the reign of John Hyrcanus. Generally, the term is in the plural rather than in the singular.
Right.
They were also known as chastitum, meaning loved of God or loyal to God. They were found everywhere in Palestine, not only in Jerusalem, and even wore a distinguishing garb so as to be easily recognized.
So that's like today, ain't it? Yeah. Oh, you an Israelite. Or you got this, then, but go ahead and read. Because they put emphasis on this stuff. Yeah. Go ahead and read. Yes, sir. Yeah. Go ahead.
According to Josephus, their number at their zenith of popularity was more than 6,000.
Now, that's ironic. Messiah had about 6,000 folks. We're going to look at it. Paying him some attention. But go ahead and read, my brother.
Because of the significant role the Pharisees played in the life of the Lord and the apostles, knowledge of the character and teachings of this group is of great importance for the understanding of the New Testament. They are mentioned dozens of times, especially in the Gospels, and often form the foil and fabric of the works and words of Yahshua.
So they always tweaking his, coming there and tweaking stuff. But go ahead and read. Because they're always trying to accuse him and trip him up on stuff. But we're going to read it, but go ahead and read.
They became a closely organized group.
Yes, sir.
Very loyal to the society and to each other, but separate from others, even their own people.
Oh, I wonder what people they were separated from. But go ahead and read.
They pledged themselves to obey all facets of the traditions to the minutest detail and were sticklers for ceremonial purity.
Because they were big on that. You better wash your hands. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
They even vowed to pay tithes of everything they possessed in addition to the temple tax.
But these folks here wasn't poor people now. They can afford to do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They would not touch the carcass of a dead animal or those who had come into contact with such things.
Mm-hmm.
They had no association with people who had been defiled through sickness. In truth, they made their life difficult for themselves and bitter for others.
Now you understand why Messiah, when Messiah was healing on the Shabbat, and they had a part, because they ain't fool with the people with sickness.
Yeah.
That's their mindset, right? But go ahead and read.
They despised those they despised those that did not consider their equals and were haughty and arrogant because they believed that they were the only interpreters of God and his word.
Well, we see that to this day, though. Man, look here. We the only one got the truth over here. You know, you go listen to these jokers. Y'all reading out them books. Man, go ahead, man. I ain't gonna go there. Go ahead, brother.
The doctrines of the Pharisees included predestination. They also laid much stress on the immorality of the soul and had a fundamental belief in spirit life, teachings which usually caused more controversy when they met the Sadducees, who just as emphatically denied them.
Now, they coming to the Pharisees. We're going to look at the Sadducees too. They had another belief, but they had one thing in common. But go ahead and read.
Being people of the law, they believed in final reward for good works and that the souls of the wicked were detained forever under the earth, while those of the virtuous rose again and even migrated into other bodies.
Oh, now you talk about reincarnation, ain't it? You know, like them brews up there in New York, talking about I'm King David, and man, get out of here. King David was rich, man. Why you go ahead and read?
They accepted the Old Testament scriptures and fostered the usual Jewish messianic hope, which they gave a material and nationalistic twist.
Yes, sir.
It was inevitable in view of these factors that they bitterly opposed Yahshua and his teachings.
Yes, sir, they did.
If they despised the Herods and the Romans, they hated Yahshua, doctrine of equality and claims of messiahship with equal fervor. The picture of the Pharisees painted by the New Testament is almost entirely black.
What they mean by entirely black, it just means that they are the dark, you know, or wickedness. But go ahead and read.
But the discriminating Bible student should bear in mind that not everything about every Pharisee was bad. It is perhaps not just to say all Pharisees were self-righteous and hypocritical. Many Pharisees actually tried to promote true piety. What we know as Phariseeism from the New Testament was to some degree a degeneration of Phariseeism.
Yeah.
Yahshua condemned especially their ostentation, their hypocrisy, their salvation by works, their impotence and lovelessness. Not always Pharisees as much.
Now he said his ostentation. These are the ones I always want to be seen.
Hypocrites.
They always want to be. These don't be like the hypocrites. They got there and they pray out in front of everybody. When they do their alms deed, they let everybody know, hey man, the alms deed going. You see that to this day. What? Look here. Thanksgiving coming, and they're gonna be out. All these little organizations gonna be out doing their little thing. Gonna be on the news. They're gonna be hollering Jesus, and they doing this, that, and the third. But go ahead and read.
Some of the Pharisees were members of the Christian movement in the beginning. Some of the great men of the New Testament were Pharisees. Nicodemus, Gamaliel, and Paul. Paul does not speak the name Pharisee with great reproach, but as a title of honor. For the Pharisees were highly respected by the masses of the Jewish people. When Paul says he was in the matter of the law a Pharisee, he did not think of himself as a hypocrite, but claims the highest degree of faithfulness to the law. In similar manner, church leaders today might say, we are the Pharisees. Much of the modern scholarship, however, has cast the Pharisees into favorable a light. When one reads our Lord's heated denunciation of Phariseeism in Matthew chapter 23, where he specifically lists their sins, one has not only a true but a dark picture of Phariseeism, and it was the night, and it was at the time of Hamashiach.
Okay, now that's the jacket on the Pharisee. This is the mindset of these people. They was haughty. They thought they were the only one with the word. They looked down on other people, especially the poor. Man, they didn't deal with the poor. If you had any sickness and they didn't want to hear. That's why they had a problem with healing the folks on the Shabbat. Now let's go on page 515. Let's look at the Sadducees. 515. We still in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, page 515. Sadducees. It's not a whole lot on them, but it's enough to raise your eyebrow, right?
Okay.
What did it say there, my brother?
Sadducees. Jewish religious sect in the time of Hamashiach.
Yeah.
Beliefs, acceptance only of the law and rejection of oral tradition, denial of resurrection, immorality of the soul.
Immortality, yeah.
Immortality of the soul.
Yeah.
Spirit world. Supported Maccabees, a relatively small group, but generally held the high priesthood, denounced by John the Baptist. Opposed and
is it he denounced by John the Baptist and Yahshua. And opposed who?
Opposed Christ.
Yeah.
And the apostolic church.
And the apostolic church. Apostolic. Thank you, brother. And that's what the church that the that the disciples had going. So now that's the mindset of the Sadducees. Remember, they didn't like each other. Let's move a little further. Let's go to page 226 in the Zondervan, and let's look at the Heronians. They still around. Remember, we was in Sunday school. No. Let's not go to page 226. Let's go to page 159. Let's look at the Essenes. Let's look at these jokers. Now, keep in mind, we're gonna get to the Heronian because we was in Sunday school. They was there. When you get it, brother, go ahead. This on page 159 in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Go ahead.
Essenes, a sect of the Jews in Palestine during the time of Hamashiach.
Yeah.
Not mentioned in the New Testament. Josephus and Philo and Penley and the elder of Hippolytus described them. The Essenes lived a simple life of sharing everything in common practicing strict rules of conduct.
Now, we got a group around here, they try to do the same thing, and bring all your stuff and put it at the feet of the apostle. Right? Go ahead and read.
Mostly unmarried.
But not these cats. Go ahead and read. They getting all the name what? Go ahead and read.
They were reported to number 4,000.
Now, hold on for a minute. I want to just say something on that. Why jokers don't read this? He said mostly unmarried, ain't it? If you're going to practice this thing, it was mostly unmarried. And where they get the children from? We're going to see. Go ahead and read.
The majority of them lived together in settlements, but some resided in the cities of the Jews. Apparently, they kept their ranks filled by the adoption of other people's children. They did not participate in the temple worship, but had their own purification rites.
They doing their own thing, ain't it? It may seem like they're doing a good thing, but they had their own twist on stuff. But go ahead.
They observed the Sabbath day very strictly and greatly venerated Moses.
Yeah.
They will take no oaths, but new members after going through a 3-year probationary period.
Now that's a new beginning, right? That 3 year, but go ahead and read.
Were required to swear a series of strong oaths that they would cooperate in every way with the organization and would never reveal to outsiders anything about the sect.
But and that's what's going on to today. Now y'all understand why all of these camps and why all of these so-called, I ain't gonna call them compound, but these Israelite communities, that's what they own right here. What we read about, and it's all over, but they got certain things that they put their twist in on. They got certain rights or in other words, they got rules of the land. You have to have to govern certain thing that goes on, right? Go ahead.
The Essenes have come into public attention in the late years because of the study of the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yes, sir.
And the excavation of the monastery called Kerbet Qumran, where the scrolls were written. This literature and building give evidence of an organization very similar to what is known about the Essenes. Many Essenes perished in the wars against the Romans.
Hold on a minute. Let me pull this up. Go ahead, read.
Some of the survivors probably became Christians.
They said against the Romans, right? Because we know who brought in Christianity in this name. Yes, the Romans. And that's one filthy religion to be in. Now, let's go to last one out of the Zondervan. Let's go and read about the Heronians. Page 226. These are your leaders in your community. Yes, sir. They the pillar of the community. You can lay your head on them. All right. Heronians. Go ahead.
All right, family. Herodians. A party mentioned in the New Testament 3 times as joining with the Pharisees to oppose Yahshua, Jews who supported the dynasty of Herod and therefore the rule of Rome.
They was all in with the heathen government. These sects really didn't care for each other, but they had one thing in common. We got to get rid of him. Yeah. This is the whole nation and all the sects they had back in Judea. Now, let's go to Matthew chapter 16. Let's get into the lesson. Oh, these jokers something else. They still around.
Yes, sir.
They on your job. They're at your council meetings, board members, you know, they're your mayors. But you know who most of these folks, be honest with you? Preachers. They're preachers. Religious leaders. Every last one of them. Matthew 16, 1 through 4, what did it say?
Matthew 16, family, verse 1. The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came, and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven.
Yeah.
He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the time?
You said, man, you could do all that. You can't discern the signs of time? Go ahead.
4. A wicked and adulterous generation seeking after a sign.
Now, why he called them a wicked and adulterous generation? Because they unbelieve. They don't believe nothing. So like you out here trying to tell the folk who we are as a people, they don't believe you. I don't care how many times you show it to them, they ain't gonna believe it. You got to give me money, you know. Joe, you done showed them pictures of the disciples and everybody that look just like us. See, that could be anybody. I'm like, damn. But go ahead and read, brother. What verse?
4. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed.
Now he went on to now, hold the spot right here. Let's go to chapter 11. We're gonna look at several places where even Luke was standing there. But let's go to Matthew's. He had it written in another place. Matthew's 12. We read it before, but we're going to read it again. Matthew chapter 12, and we're going to read verses 38 through 40. Just like you tell the folks, you know the Messiah was in the grave 3 days and 3 nights. How many times you got to count that for these people? But go ahead and read, brother. Matthew 12, 38 through 40. What did it say?
Verse 38.
Yes, sir.
Then certain of the scribes and of Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we will see a sign from thee. But he answered and said unto them, an evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth.
3 days, 12 hours, and 3 nights, 12 hours. They give you your 24. So at the end of the day, why these jokers still want to argue with you about the same old thing? This is easy work. Let's go a little farther. Let's go and look at it. Let's go to Jonah, chapter 1, 1 verse. See, we got newcomers. This newcomers lesson. This is milk, because when they out here trying to show, when they out here trying to reveal some truth, you have to know what you're talking about, right? And you have to know where to go. I wouldn't say anything. I made the mistake when I first came into this walk, learned a little something, but didn't have the full. Man, you don't have to get deep. It's basic. You just give them basic information. Don't put too much. Don't talk too much. Just let them read it. Just line this little stuff up and let them read it. If they don't get it because the Father didn't open their eyes to it, it is what it is. Jonah.
Jonah 1, verse 17.
Yeah, let me go into here. Jonah. Jonah chapter 1, 1 verse. Verse 17. What did it say?
All right, family, verse 17.
Now, this is Jonah. He had his instruction to go to Nineveh, right?
Right.
But Jonah decided he gonna go to Joppa.
True.
So when the Most High put you on assignment, you gonna do your assignment, whether you want to or not.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
He on this boat, and it got so rough that they threw him off the boat. In other words, you don't need to be on this boat with us. See how he's separating you? Yeah. But this is where we're gonna pick it up. Verse 17, and we're gonna go into chapter 2 next. Go ahead and read, brother.
Verse 17.
Yeah.
Now the Most High had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah.
Yeah.
And Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights.
A lot of people say, man, I don't believe that. You don't believe anything. You believe that?
See that for myself.
I can see that for myself.
Yeah, don't let it get swallowed about whale.
Man, there's some stuff out there that walk. Man, you have ever seen now those killer whales? Those some big boys.
Yes,
They small to carry to the. What's the ones with the they come straight out the water? There's another one, man. That one was huge, man. Yeah. The one that they have area view, and they have a big old boat, and they're something like 3 times bigger than the boat. Yeah. Yes, sir. Now let's go to chapter 2, and we're gonna read verses 1 through 5. I just want to put this in here because people got to see this stuff. This is real easy. But if the Most High don't open your eyes, the Father don't open your eyes to this stuff, you'll never see it.
Right.
Go ahead and read.
The book of Jonah, chapter 2, family, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his God out of the fish's belly.
Yeah.
And said, I cried by reason of mine affliction unto the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
And he heard me out of the belly of hell, cried I, and thou heardest my voice.
Mm-hmm.
For thou hast cast me into the deep, in the midst of the seas, and the floods compassed me about, and thy billows, all thy billows and waves passed over me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I said, I am cast out of thy sight. Yet I will look again toward thy holy temple.
Okay.
The waters compass me about, even to the soul. The death closed me round about. The weeds were wrapped about my head.
Man, look, I just want to bring y'all here just to let you know this way Messiah was quoting. If he say he's gonna be in the grave 3 days and 3 nights, he gonna be in the grave 3 days and 3 nights. Let's go a little further, y'all. Let's go and look at Luke was standing there. Let's see what Luke talking about. Let's go to Luke chapter 11. Let's see what he had to jot down. Because he said some other stuff too while he was up there checking them jokers. You know, you sit up there, be sitting up there, man, and I might have heard something, but I ain't heard that. I heard it.
Yeah.
2 of y'all, but it got to be 2 or 3 of y'all that heard it. Luke chapter 11, and we're going to pick it up at verse 29, and we're going to eat a little bit in here. We're going to read 29 through 54 because he says some stuff in here. When you get it, go ahead.
All right, family, Luke chapter 11, verse 29. And when the people were gathered thick together, he began to say, this is an evil generation. They seek a sign, and there shall no sign be given it, but the sign of Jonas the prophet.
Now, y'all catch that? He said, when the people gathered together, he began to say, this is an evil generation. They seek a sign. You telling Pharisees they weren't seeking out the sign. Yeah, he would check them jokers in front of everybody. You know, this is an evil generation. He letting them know this is what y'all dealing with. But go ahead and read.
For as Jonas was a sign unto the Ninevites,
Yeah.
so shall also the Son of Man be to this generation.
Yeah.
The queen of the south shall rise up in the judgment with the men of this generation and condemn them. For she came from the utmost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. And behold, a greater than Solomon is here.
Man, you see that? We got somebody from another nation came to hear this wisdom from a long ways, and y'all sitting right there in Jerusalem. They ain't trying to hear not one thing. Like I said, we had a sister used to drive 3 hours to come. A sister Lane and her daughter used to come in 3 hours, and then we got folk living around the corner, and they can't even show up. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
32.
Yes, sir.
The men of Nineveh shall rise up in the judgment with this generation.
Why?
And shall condemn it. For they repented at the preaching of Jonas. And behold, a greater than Jonas is here.
Oh, so that they're gonna be a witness to it. But go ahead.
33. No man, when he hath lighted a candle, putteth it in a secret place, neither under a bushel, but on a candlestick, they that which come in may see the light. The light of the body is the eye. Therefore, when thine eye is single, the whole body also is full of light. But when thine eye is evil, the body also is full of darkness.
That's why they can't see it. Too damn evil. I almost said they're too evil. They got a lot of evil things going on there. That's why they can't see. So if you go do and just listen to these people and looking at their works, they transgressors. I ain't say, I'm just repeating what I read in the book. They don't want to kick against the word. He said Sheba, Queen of Sheba, hey, she gonna come and be in judgment on these jokers. In other words, you can say, y'all ain't no excuse. I was on my camel. I don't know how long it took her to get there, but she got there. Go ahead, read.
35.
Yes, sir.
Take heed, therefore, that the light which is in thee be not darkness. If thy whole body, therefore, be full of light, having no part dark, the whole shall be full of light, as when the bright shining of a candle doth give thee light.
Now, he's about to give the Pharisees a woe, and that's not good, right? Go ahead and read.
37.
Yeah.
And as he spake, a certain Pharisee besought him to dine with him. And he went in and sat down to meat. And when the Pharisee saw it, he marveled that he had not first washed before dinner.
We read that, didn't we? That was the big thing. They was on that kind of stuff. Go ahead and read.
And the Lord said unto him, now do ye Pharisee can make clean the outside of the cup and the platter, but your inward part is full of ravening and wickedness.
Yes, hey, they would read over there, and what we read in that dictionary, they was all for show. They was out of cup. Everything they do, they want everybody to see them. There it is right there. There's a lot of people like that. They could dress up all day long, but when they finish opening their mouth and doing their little wicked work, you know what you're dealing with. Go ahead.
Verse 40.
Yes, sir.
Ye fools, did not he made that which is without make that which is within also?
Yes, sir.
But rather give alms of such things as ye have, and behold, all things are clean unto you. But woe unto you, Pharisees, for ye tithe mint and rue and all manner of herbs, and pass over judgment the love of the Most High.
Now, did we read over there where he was saying that they tied everything? They were big time tied and go over and beyond. But go ahead and read. They're big on this stuff. Go ahead.
These out ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone.
You were more on that than the love of your brother. Remember, they didn't want to heal nobody. They looked down on everybody who wasn't part of their little sect. Now you see when we go out here on these deeds, don't nobody come out. You have a few people go out there. They do. There are other churches go out there and give arms to the people.
Mm-hmm.
But the churches right in that vicinity to them, they don't do nothing for them. And that's what the churches in the community is supposed to be healing these people.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
43. Woe unto you, Pharisees, for ye love the uppermost seats in the synagogues,
Yeah, they do.
and greetings in the markets.
Yes, sir.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are as graves which appear not, and the men that walk over them are not aware of them.
Yeah.
Then answered one of the lawyers and said unto him, Master, thus saying thou reproachest us also. And he said, woe unto you also, ye lawyers.
Hitting them up too. Oh, you got something for you too. Go ahead and read.
For ye laid men with burdens, grievous to be borne, and ye yourselves touch not the burdens with one of your fingers.
Remember that we read in there, he said, man, they putting these heavy burdens on the people. Then they made it miserable for themselves. But go ahead and read.
Woe unto you, for ye build the sepulchres of the prophets, and your fathers killed them.
Yes, it did.
Truly ye bear witness that ye allow the deeds of your fathers, for they indeed killed them, and ye build their sepulchres.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore also said the wisdom of the Most High,
Yes, sir.
I will send them prophets and apostles, and some of them they shall slay and persecute.
Yeah. That's all Israel have done. A lot of us getting persecuted, from we was over there on the corner, what's that, Kirby Parkway, Winchester, and the preacher over there got a how to combat a Hebrew Israelite. Out of cup stuff, right? He ain't saying on how to combat the word of Yah. Well, he ain't gonna say word of Yah anyway. But go ahead.
Verse 50.
Yes, sir.
That the blood of all the prophets, which was shed from the foundation of the world, may be required of this generation.
Yes, sir.
51. From the blood of Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, which perished between the altar and the temple. Verily I say unto you, it shall be required of this generation.
So some folks in trouble, ain't it? But go ahead and read, brother.
Woe unto you, lawyers, for ye have taken away the key of knowledge. Ye enter not in yourselves, and them that were entering in ye hindered.
Oh, so is it safe to say that these jokers out here know that they ain't gonna get in, and they gonna hinder these other people? I say, yeah, they know, cause one joker down in Atlanta said he want his stuff now. But go ahead and read.
53.
Yes, sir.
And as he said these things unto them, the scribes and the Pharisees began to urge him vehemently and to provoke him to speak of many things.
Yeah.
Laying wait for him and seeking to catch something out of his mouth, that they might accuse him.
They would try to trip him up. That's the mindset of the Pharisees right there, folks. And when you go out here teaching the word, what I tell the newcomers, be careful what comes out of your mouth. When you try to explain something to somebody, let's say the dietary law, which is easy, but you about to make sure you got the scriptures right. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're going to make yourself look, kind of foolish, right? You don't know what you're talking about. So folks going to ask you, maybe 2 or 3 scriptures in there, say, okay, that's enough. But what I'm saying is that they going to ask, you know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to break this thing down. Now, Daniel told him he's going to be in the grave. He's going to be killed in the midst of the week, right? Let's go to Daniel chapter 9. We still on that. So they want a sign. And my thing is, if y'all want a sign, well, y'all ain't going to read Daniel chapter 9. Daniel chapter 9, verse 25 through 27. See, this is another little hit. I ain't put all of it in here. This just enough to oops upside the head, right? We can get away from that. He died on Good Friday, rose Easter Sunday morning. That foolish. Y'all still talking like that? How long this mess going to continue to go on? I done told this woman at work, I don't celebrate no holiday, no nothing. Keep on. So what you gonna cook? You gonna cook some greens? I'm looking. Get up and eat this month, boy. That ain't about the devil. Am I lying? You eat chitlins. Say you know good and damn well I don't eat no chitlins. That's how you gotta start talking to these jokers. Messiah did it. We're gonna look at it.
Brutally honest.
Yes, sir. Now this is a prophecy about the Messiah being cut off. We're not gonna unpack all of this in that Daniel 9, but we're gonna eat enough so you will know. Daniel 9, we read in 25 through 27. What did it say?
Daniel 9, family, verse 25.
Yeah.
Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem unto the Messiah, the prince shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. The street shall be built again, and the wall even in troublous times. That's right, because they was allowed to go back and build Jerusalem, and it was a troublous time because them heathens gave them a hard time, them trying to build it. Darius gave them, they wanted to go back. Zerubbabel, then they went back and handled their business. But other folk wanted to join in with them. They said, no, man, you ain't got nothing to do with this. He let you know in the kingdom to come, Zerubbabel they're going to be building this guy. Ain't no heathen going to touch nothing. Nobody from no other nation but Israel going to build that temple. But go ahead and read. That was just a little foreshadow of what's going to come later on down the pike, right? Go ahead and read. 26.
Yes, sir.
And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself. So he going to die not for himself. He didn't come to die for himself.
Right.
But what? Go ahead. And the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary.
The Messiah prophesied in Matthew 24 that Titus them going to come. Not only just Titus, all them other nations. You go read in that Josephus, he tell you who all was there. All them nations, what they call United Nations now. Maybe all of them wasn't at the time, but I guarantee you they got a little. They got enough. Yeah, all you get. They were 10 toes down. The folks to the who else was you going to read? All of them was there. But go ahead and read.
And the end thereof shall be with a flood, and unto the end of the war, desolations are determined.
That's right, because they flattened that bad boy to the grizzle. Wasn't nothing left in that camp. Go ahead and read.
And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week.
Yeah.
And in the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease.
Stop right there. Do y'all see where he causes the commandment to cease? No, sir. You don't see, he says sacrifice and oblations to cease. Because when he gave up the goat, the veil ripped inside the temple, or the holiest of holy, right? There was no more sacrifice, and they had to do no more even an oblation. No oblation, period. So when they talk about something, how you know he talking about that? When you in the dark, When you evil, you got an evil eye, you'll never see this.
Say that.
You will never see it. Finish that out, my brother. Yes, sir.
For the newcomers, you look that word oblation up.
Oblation?
Yes.
Yes, sir. I can look it up. Oblation. Put that Strong's on it. Outline biblical uses, gifts, tribute, offering, presents. It says oblation, sacrifice, meat offering, grain offering, and tribute. Offering to Elohim.
So that will cease.
That will cease. Let's go back and look at this. No, that was good. That was a good one right there, man.
No, you speak to the newcomers.
Yeah, and they got to know. That's good. That's good, man. Appreciate it. And then sacrifice just makes a look. The covenant sacrifice, the Passover, annual sacrifice, thanks offering, sacrifices of righteousness. That said, you got strife. You got to do the sacrifices of strife.
They do them blame oblations too.
That's a good point there, brother Charles. Finish that out, my brother. And that's what he calls the season. In the midst of the week.
Right.
This is the day 4, right? What they call Wednesday.
Say that.
You know, you got 3 on this side, you got 4 in the middle, and then you got 3 on the other side. That's the easiest possible, man. You know. So how in the world you gonna get 3 days or 3 nights? I mean, a day and a half.
Not Good Friday.
Not Good Friday. It could be a bad Friday for some folks.
Well, they call it Good Friday. They know that's some Sabbath stuff. That's why they call it Good Friday.
Yes, God.
You're on point there, bro.
Yes, God.
And they realized it was, yeah, you're right. Because they couldn't distinguish between the high Sabbath and regular Shabbat. You know, even all them feast days.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't even say a high Sabbath. It's a Shabbat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Shabbat is a Shabbat.
You got killed on the Sabbath.
Yeah.
I said, which one?
Which one?
Mhm.
Yeah. Now, that's just something else you can put in your clip. But get some understanding before y'all go out here and teach these folks, newcomers, because y'all will get caught up in something. Now, let's go back to Matthew
You want me to
16.
finish it up?
Yes, sir. Finish that up, my
And
brother.
for the overspreading of abominations, he shall make it desolate.
Who shall make it desolate?
He shall make it desolate.
Yeah.
Even until the consummation, and that determined shall be poured upon the desolate.
That's a whole nother story, a whole nother lesson, people. And there's lessons. We got lessons on this whole day chapter. I think the brothers broke this thing down. Let's go back to Matthew 16, and we're gonna read verses 5 through 12, and we're gonna go to the Maccabees. We're going to the Maccabees. Boy, these folks in trouble. May all praise the Most High. He brought us up out of this. He brought the people online. Somebody searching, trying to get up out that thing.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
You gonna come to Mama's birthday? Nope. She ain't called me, so why you calling? I ain't showed up in years. Why you calling me? Come on, man.
Hoping you had changed your mind.
Yeah. See, he slipped. I ain't heard from him in a few moons. Matthew chapter 16, 5 through 21. 5 through 12. What did it say, brother?
Verse 5.
Yes, sir.
And when his disciples were come to the other side, they had forgotten to take bread.
Yeah. That's Israel, ain't it? But go ahead, brother.
Then Yahshua said unto them, take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees.
Mm-hmm.
And they reasoned among themselves, saying, it is because we have taken no bread.
Well, why bad are we going to some corner, ain't it? But go ahead. Messiah gonna break it down to him.
Which when Yahshua perceived, he said unto them,
Mm-hmm.
O ye of little faith, why reason ye among yourselves, because ye have brought no bread?
Mm-hmm.
Do ye not yet understand, neither remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000, and how many baskets ye took up?
Mm-hmm.
Neither the 7 loaves of the 4,000, and how many baskets ye took up?
You know that's Israel, ain't it? Man, you know what? You sure did that bread thing, man. I sure forgot about that. See how quick we forget about good works. Well, that could be anybody. They just got to be Israel. It's just folks just, you forget the good word. Go ahead and read, brother.
11.
Yes, sir.
How is it that ye do not understand that I spake it not to you concerning bread, that ye should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees?
Yeah.
Then understood they how that he bade them not beware of the leavened bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees.
Because it's dangerous. Let's go look at it. Let's go into Maccabees chapter 1. Hold this spot. We are going to Maccabees chapter 1. And it is most dangerous dealing with these folks. Keep in mind the mindset of these Pharisees, Sadducees, Essenes, and these Heronians, right? Keep in mind of them. Because you remember they said most of them started back as far back to Babylon, even during the Maccabean revolt. Check this out. When you get in Hebrew, we're going to read verses 1 through 36. We eating this. Go ahead and read.
Maccabees, the first book of the Maccabees, family, chapter 1.
And I'm going to keep reading this. I'm going to keep reading this. It's just like you got to keep doing lessons on certain things. You got to keep doing lessons on certain things, add more to it or whatever until they get it. But go ahead and read. If y'all want to keep hollering Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, I'm going to keep reading it. Go ahead and read.
And it happened after that Alexander, the son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Shechem, had smitten Darius, the king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece, and many wars and made many wars and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth.
Boy, he had to go on. The Most High must be on this side, ain't it? That's the only way you could conquer. See, a lot of folk, was he God one way? Yes, he do. He said he set up kings and take them down, don't he? Okay, go ahead.
Verse 3.
Yes, sir.
And went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him. Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up.
Oh, he was puffed up, wasn't it? Somebody else was puffed up, O'Neill. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
4. And he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries and nations and kings, who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die.
So out of all of his wicked works, he died. I don't think the other side is going to pan out for him. But go ahead, brother. See, Joe put all this work in, but anyway, go ahead and read, man.
Wherefore he called his servants,
yes, sir,
such as were honorable,
yes, sir,
and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive.
He parted with his partners. So they all had the same mindset, ain't it? So if they all had the same mindset, what's going to happen? Go ahead and read.
So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died.
He gone.
And his servants bare ruled every one in his place.
Yeah.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
Yeah.
So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of the Antiochus king, and who had been an hostage at Rome. And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Now, this the kingdom of the Greeks, and they are wicked as hell. And look at what our so-called leaders in Israel done. Go ahead and read. Because wickedness love wickedness.
Yes, sir.
They always collaborate. Go ahead and read, brother.
11.
Yes, sir.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Out of what?
Out of Israel wicked men.
Yeah.
Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Y'all know these supposed to be the leaders of Israel, these religious leaders, y'all. But we're going to go ahead and read.
So this device pleased them well.
Also, the people's in on it too. So y'all love wickedness. Y'all love for these heathen to be butt busting jokers upside their head. Because they're going to gain from it. Long as it's just like, think about it. Those wicked heathens ain't going to whoop up on them. Their job is to whoop up on the common people.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? But go ahead and read. Y'all don't believe me. Go ahead.
Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
I got them papers. You got your license. I bet they were bragging on that stuff. See, you the man because I got my license. You ain't got that. You know, like they do degrees and all this other little silly stuff they get. But go ahead and read. Yeah, you got one of these. Have Joe from this end of the wall way over there. I mean, that's good accomplishment, man, if you're not pumped up and everything. Hey, man, hey, that's a good thing. And you have to be educated in this word, but dang. But go ahead and read.
Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem,
Yeah.
according to the customs of the heathen.
Yeah, they did.
And made themselves uncircumcised,
Yeah.
and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief.
These were Israel back in the Greek time religious leaders. Made themselves uncircumcised. So you go there and read over there in the New Testament when you talk about the uncircumcised, them folk was uncircumcised in heart and mind, right?
Yes, sir.
And we got a lot of folk. We was uncircumcised at one time. I know I was. I was tricked as a child. I was innocent as a child. Now when I learned and knew better, then that was on me.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
Now, when the kingdom was established before Antiochus,
Yeah.
he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have the dominion of the two realms.
Yes, sir.
Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots and elephants and horsemen, and a great navy,
He come to take over, ain't he?
and made war against Ptolemy, king of the Egypt.
Yeah.
But Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled, and many were wounded to death.
But they didn't know that the king was a punk.
Yeah.
Sit sad. He out of here. You know what I'm saying? Man, just think if Putin come up in his camp with his 200,000 troops, you think them jokers gonna get on their little airplane and jet up out of here? Yeah, they gonna get it. And then the heathens gonna know these folks don't care about us. Oh, really? Go ahead.
Thus they got the strong cities in the land of Egypt, and he took the spoils thereof.
Yeah.
And after that, Antiochus had smitten Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
He returned again in the 143rd year, and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude.
Yeah.
And entered proudly into the sanctuary, and took away the golden altar and the candlestick of light, and all the vessels thereof.
So he was puffed up going up in there. He said he entered proudly in there. It was an honor for him to go in there and do what he was doing. But go ahead and read, brother.
And the table of the showbread, and the pouring vessels, and the vials, and the censers of gold, and the veil, and the crowns, and the golden ornaments that were before the temple, all which he pulled off.
Now, if you this wicked, why in the world would you want to make a covenant with these folks?
Say that.
Man, something wrong with that, folks.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna tell you, you gotta keep it 1,000.
Yes.
He didn't tell you to stay away from the heathen. He tell you to stay away from these Negroes who
Right.
refuse to keep law, statutes, commandments. So they try to make it sound like it's the other folk. No, it's y'all. Go ahead, brother.
23.
Mm-hmm.
He took also the silver and the gold and the precious vessels, and he took the hidden treasures which he found. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having a great massacre, and spoken very proudly.
Man, don't hey, you know, you went back and bragged about how many folks you can kill. Yeah. Like the police, you know, they go and do their little shooting in the Negro neighborhood. They go back and have, you know, they go to their little Irish pub and drink, you know, drinks on them. Go ahead, brother.
Therefore there was great mourning in Israel,
Yeah.
in every place where they were,
Yeah.
so that the princes and elders mourned, the virgins and young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed.
Now, these are the ones that was actually, you know, well, everybody went wicked in there that followed these wicked men of Israel. You had a remnant in there didn't deal with that. But it was a burden on them to see that happen. It bothers us. Even though, let's say you go to the so-called Negro community, some go down in there, it bothers us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, these jokers wicked, man. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Every bridegroom took up lamentation, and she and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness. The land the land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion. And after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude.
Now listen closer how these jokers come at you. That's why I said, man, Joe want to come and talk all that Jesus love and all that other stuff, man. I don't trust that joker. I'm talking about the heathens. Go ahead and read 30.
30.
Yeah.
And spake peaceable words unto them,
And
but all was deceit.
oh, it was just how to craft it. You know, Israel, yo, you know, I forgive you. Y'all come on in. Go ahead.
For when they had given him credence,
Yeah.
he fell suddenly upon the city,
Yeah.
and smote it very sore,
Yeah.
and destroyed much people of Israel.
Uh-huh. Hey. Go ahead, brother.
And when he had taken the spoils of the city,
Yeah.
he set it on fire, and pulled down the houses and walls thereof on every side. But the women and children took they captive, and possessed the cattle.
Just like you got everybody, well, you know, Mr. Trump, he helped a lot of folk in the black community, such and such. I don't trust none of them. No, he padding the pockets of these damn wicked men of Israel in the black community. I don't see him setting up a rehabilitation house or something to rehabilitate these figures. I don't see you making war, getting alcohol, shutting down certain drug dealers. I don't see you doing that if you really care about the people. I know one country don't play the fun. That's Singapore. You go over there with that mess, they cut limbs off of you. By the time you get walk around no arms and a half a leg, you get the message. Go ahead, brother.
Then builded they the city of David with a great and strong wall,
Yeah.
and with mighty towers, and made it a stronghold for them.
Yes, sir.
And they put therein a sinful nation,
Yeah.
wicked men, and fortified themselves therein.
I wonder who are these. What he said, sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein. Go ahead and read.
They stored it also with armor and victuals. And when they had gathered together the spoils of Jerusalem, they laid them up there. And so they became a sore snare. For it was a place to lie in wait against the sanctuary, and an evil adversary to Israel.
That's right. I want to read something else in here. Let me go down because it was basically talking about how they was skip down to 47. Now this is when what else they did. We're gonna just read a few in there, brother.
Right.
Start at 46 and then read on down.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And pollute the sanctuary and holy people.
Yeah.
Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts. And they should also have their children uncircumcised.
They're gonna leave their children uncircumcised, which was in the law. Physically and spiritually. Go ahead.
And make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Keep going.
Yeah,
Right.
read down to 50. Go ahead.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
To the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die.
Now, he said that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. We read what Daniel wrote down, he caused the sacrifices and oblation to cease. They try to get the whole thing is to get you transgressed. That's the only way they can get the nation jacked up.
That's it.
Satan is on his job. Now, let's go to Psalms chapter 83. Let's go to Psalms 83, y'all. Psalms chapter 83. It's dangerous dealing with these jokers. And they're going to come out so nice, but they just like these jokers here. You give them a little credits, whatever. Boy, you in some trouble. 1 through 5, man. When you get it, go ahead and read.
Psalms 83, family, verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Keep not thou silence, O Most High. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Oh, they puffed up like that joker there, but go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Nation single. Go ahead.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That's why when we said we are Israelites, people don't. They can't receive that. Your own people. But go ahead and finish that out, brother.
Verse 5.
Yes, sir.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
Mm-hmm.
They are confederate against thee.
Let's go to Acts chapter 15. Let's look at this. Acts chapter 15. That was just a little example of listening to jokers and not getting some full understanding, because folk can tell you anything.
Mm-hmm.
See, they try to pull that off down in Jerusalem, but down in the brothers had to go to Jerusalem and check out a doctrine that was being taught. Acts 15, 1 through 31, what did it say?
Acts 15, family, verse 1.
Yeah.
And certain men which came down from Judea taught the brethren and said, except ye be circumcised after the manner of Moses, ye cannot be saved.
Mm-hmm.
When therefore Paul and Barnabas had no small dissension and disputation with them, they determined that Paul and Barnabas and certain other of them should go up to Jerusalem unto the apostles and elders about this question.
Man, we see that's another thing. Y'all be asking a question like, y'all need to know. Y'all supposed to know. No, you don't know everything. That's why we all get together, man, and brainstorm this thing. Because you may ask one person, they might not. Let me get the elders on the phone. We're gonna get together and get your answer to you. But you got to be patient. Joe will ask you a question, try to trip you up. See, you supposed to know that. No, that's not the case. And that's what we're reading, right?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna make up anything to give you. I can't do it. But go ahead and read.
And being brought on their way by the church, they passed through Phoenicia and Samaria, declaring the conversion of the Gentiles, and they caused great joy unto all the brethren. And when they were come to Jerusalem, they were received of the church and of the apostles and elders, and they declared all things that Most High had done with them.
Mm-hmm.
But there rose up certain of the sect of the Pharisees which believed, saying that it was needful to circumcise them and to command them to keep the law of Moses.
Yeah.
And the apostles and elders came together for to consider of this matter.
Yeah.
And when there had been much disputing, Peter rose up and said unto them, men and brethren, ye know how that a good while ago the Most High made choice among us, that the Gentiles by mouth should hear the word of the gospel and believe.
Yeah. And
God, which knoweth the hearts, bear them witness, giving them the Ruach HaKodesh, even as he did unto us.
Yeah.
And put no difference between us and them, purifying their hearts by faith.
That's right.
Now, therefore, why tempt ye Most High to put a yoke upon the neck of the disciples, which neither our fathers nor we were able to bear?
Now, remember we read, that's what they did. They put burdens and all this stuff on the people, man. And they made it hard not only for themselves, but they made it miserable for other people. But go ahead and read.
But we believe that through the grace of the Master Yahshua HaMashiach,
Yes, sir.
we shall be saved even as they.
Mm-hmm.
Then all the multitude kept silence and gave audience to Barnabas and Paul,
Yes, sir.
declaring what miracles and wonders of God had wrought among Gentiles by them. And after they had held their peace, James answered, saying, Men and brethren, hearken unto me. Simeon hath declared how God at the first did visit the Gentiles to take out of them a people for his name.
Yeah.
And to this agreed the words of the prophets. And it is written, after this I will return and will build again the tabernacle of David, which is fallen down. And I will build again the ruins thereof, and I will set it up, that the residue of men might seek after the Most High, and all the Gentiles upon whom my name is called, saith the Lord, who doeth all these things.
And he letting them know at the end time, I'm going to set everything up, and everybody, this whole world, after he come and do what he's going to do, they all going to come and get this knowledge right. He's just letting them know the game plan, right? They're like a lot of Israelites, well, he gonna come and kill all the heathen, but he gonna come and kill all no heathen. He gonna be somebody in every nation he gonna save.
That's right.
So that's a bad doctrine, ain't it?
Yeah.
He gonna come and save some folks.
Well, how God make God gonna
Yeah,
do it at the very, very end.
yeah, they still here, ain't it?
Yes,
Salvation basically means I'm not gonna kill you just yet, or I'm gonna save you and you gonna live forever. So you look at it those two ways, right? To salvage, right? But go ahead, brother. What verse?
We're at 19.
Yes, sir.
Wherefore, my sentence is that we trouble not to them which from among the Gentiles are turned to the Most High,
Yeah.
but that we write unto them that they abstain from pollutions of idols.
That's the biggest thing right there. You got to stay away from the pollution of idols. Well, what is an idol? You better find out. Go ahead.
And from fornication,
Fornication.
and from things strangled, and from blood.
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
For Moses of old time hath in every city them that preach him, being read in the synagogues every Sabbath day.
Yes, sir.
Then pleased it to the apostles and elders, which the whole church, to send chosen men of their own company to Antioch with Paul and Barnabas, namely Judas, surnamed Barsabas, and Silas, chief men among the brethren.
He said some good solid brothers. Go ahead and read. You go read the background on these brothers. They were solid. They was all in. Pray for Bruce. Go ahead.
And they wrote letters by them after this manner.
What is that?
The apostles and elders and brethren send greeting unto the brethren which are of the Gentiles in Antioch and Syria and Cilicia.
Cecilia. Yeah.
For as much as we have heard that certain which went out from us have troubled you with words, subverting your souls, saying, ye must be circumcised and keep the law, to whom we gave no such commandment.
Now, I'm going to keep it 1,000. I come out of class like that.
Yeah.
Did we not, Bro Charles? Bro Charles don't say nothing. They can't see you. I was going to give a code. I should give you a code name.
Yeah.
My bad, my brother. Go ahead and read, brother.
And it seemed good unto us, being assembled with one accord, to send chosen men unto you with our beloved Barnabas and Paul.
Because you think about it. He said, y'all always, he told the Pharisees, y'all always on the outer cup stuff. Work the inside first and let it manifest on the outside. If a joker want to get circumcised, work on the mind first, and then they're gonna be like, man, you know what? I'm gonna go get circumcised because that's what I want to do. That's basically what he's telling in a nutshell. But they said, no, you got to go before you get baptized, before you take this cup, you got to go get circumcised. And then you keep the law. Dang it. Work the inside. That's what he was telling them. Go ahead and read.
Men that have hazarded their lives for the name of our master Yahshua HaMashiach.
Yeah.
We have sent therefore Judas and Silas, who shall also tell you the same things by mouth.
Yeah.
For it seemed good to the Holy Ghost and to us to lay upon you no greater burden than these necessary things.
Yeah.
That ye abstain from meats offered to idols,
Yeah.
and from blood, and from things strangled,
He's taking them all the way back to the dietary law, right? But go ahead and read.
and from fornication.
Boy, Israel had a big thing with that idolatry and fornication.
Mhm.
That's spiritual and physical. Go ahead, brother.
From which, if ye keep yourselves, ye shall do well, fare ye well. So when they were dismissed, they came to Antioch. And when they had gathered the multitude together, they delivered the epistle, when they had read, they rejoiced for the consolation.
They got some edification out of that deal what the Pharisees were trying to put on them. Don't worry about that outer cup. Work on the inner mind. Everything else gonna manifest itself. Just like we have people may come, you ain't got no dress on, such and such. Man, work on the mind first, and all that stuff gonna, or a brother. He may come in with certain things on or doing certain things. You got to work on the mind first. Work on the inside first. Then they're gonna make a decision. Hey man, this, you understand what I'm saying? Y'all write down 1 Kings chapter 22. I had this in the lesson, and I got so many more scripts to go. 1 through 35. This basically is talking about Ahab. He wanted to go to Ramoth and war, okay? And basically what it is, he could listen to the prophet tell him the truth. He really wanted to hear a lie. Yeah. So Satan said, hey, he went up there and say, hey, who gonna, right, gonna be a last spirit in there. So basically is, you got to be careful of who you dealing with. Because if you turn from the truth, you're gonna get that lie. And you're gonna be stuck with it. Now it's costly, right? It's costly when you reject the truth. Then he'll put that reprobate mind, he'll put something in your mind, and you know it, good and well, you can't read none of that mess, and you still stuck on. Now, let's go back to Matthew chapter 16. We're going to read verses 13 through 17, and we're going to go to Corinthians next. We ain't got much to go, y'all. Y'all hang in here. Y'all hang on in here. It's cold outside. Y'all hang in the house. I know some of y'all ain't got y'all little holiday bonus, whatever, so you ain't got to go. Just chill out. Stay in your warm home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pink notice. Look here, we'll see you in 2025. Okay, Matthew 16, verses 13 through 17. What the book say?
When Yahshua came into the coast of Caesarea, Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And they said, some say that thou art John the Baptist.
Reincarnation. You know who they were talking to. Go ahead.
Some Elias. And others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets.
Because that's what they taught the people. Remember, the Pharisees had influence the people, man. That's what was in their mind. Reincarnation.
Even though John the Baptist baptized.
Yeah, you saw it. Verse 15, what did it say?
He saith unto them, but whom say ye that I am?
He said, man, bump what they say, man, but who do you say who I am? Go ahead and read.
And Simon Peter answered and said,
what did he say?
Thou art the Hamashiach, the son of the living Elohim.
Yes, sir.
And Yahshua answered and said unto them,
what did he say?
Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee.
So no man can get credit for this one.
That's right.
But who?
But my Father, which is in heaven.
That's the one gonna get the credit from open your understanding.
Yes,
hold this spot, y'all. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 2. You got to be on that stuff. Yeah, man, I taught. See, they come out of here. I taught them. And that's good. You know what I mean? I learned stuff. I ain't gonna ever talk about where I got my beginning. Ever. I learned a lot. So I'm saying, got much love for my brethren. But when you walk in disorderly as an Israelite, I ain't in that one. 1 Corinthians 2, 9 and 10. What did it say?
Verse 9.
Yes, sir.
But as it is written,
What did it say?
I have not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High hath prepared for them that love him.
Yeah.
But the Most High hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searcheth all things.
And what else?
Yea, the deep things of the
And
Most
he's
High.
going to give you all the deep things on it. Yes, sir. He's going to give it to you. Let's go to Daniel chapter 1 and look at it some more. Let's go to Daniel. Y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all talking to folk and they want to run their list down who is the smartest, and I got my smartness from my daddy's side and all this other fuck. And who said you were smart? According to who? Man, I was talking to a brother, we all went to school together, whatever. We were laughing, and he was hating on the brother. And that brother said, yeah, man, I want to have such and such get all this, that, and the third. Because the brother side, he trying his best to do it anyway. He been in it for a little while, still got to get some understanding on some stuff. But at the point is, you trying, right? Mm-hmm. Why you hating on this man? Tomorrow, yeah, I'm smarter than him. I said, man, he said that. He said what? I said, according to who? He ain't doing. You can't be that smart. Look at you. On it, for real. You got to get away from people and they silliness and they foolishness, people. Mm-hmm. This who gonna give you your wisdom. Everybody's intelligent to do certain things that you get put on this earth to do. I don't care if you the lead custodial at a mall. I don't care what it is. You gonna be the best, sharpest custodial and most clear. You be like, man, who this place clean? Mm-hmm. Everybody got a purpose in this world. Everybody. Even the ones who walking around here doing all this old silly stuff because it's written, right? Check this out. This is where you get your intelligence from. Daniel chapter 1, we'll read 1 through 7, then we'll skip down to 17. What book say, man?
Daniel chapter 1, family, verse 1.
What it say?
In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem, and besieged it.
Yeah, because he had to send it down because Israel was on that thing. Go ahead and read.
And the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand. Yeah. With part of the vessels of the house.
They always got to hit the house. Go ahead.
Of the Most High.
Yeah.
Which he carried into the land of Shinar.
That's a filthy place. Go ahead.
To the house of his God, little g. And he brought the vessels into the treasure house of his God. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs,
yes, sir,
that he should bring certain of the children of Israel and of the king's seed and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored and skillful in all wisdom, and cunning in knowledge, and understanding science, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace. So let you know, if you go to the White House or in the nation, you see Israel standing there. These ain't no dummies just sitting there, I don't care if he on lawn duty or whatever. That joker there for some reason. You had Stephen waiting tables, but he had a lot of knowledge. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and read. And whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans. Go ahead. And the king appointed them a daily provision of the king's meat, and of the wine which he drank, so nourishing them 3 years, that at the end thereof they might stand before the king. Because they on this thing, you eat, you gotta get your protein for meat, you fatten you up and all that stuff. That's false, but that's a whole nother lesson. Go ahead. Now among these were of the children of Judah, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Now these 4 Hebrew boys was working in government. Think about today. Who work most of your government agencies?
You go to the airport, we there.
Mm-hmm.
You go over to the White House, you behind the scenes, yeah, they may be running in their hierarchy, but you go in there, you're gonna see a whole bunch of us in there.
He gave him 3 years to learn their language.
He gave him 3 years. Yeah.
You know, that's not a long time to learn a
That's
whole new language.
sure. You're absolutely right about that. But go ahead and read.
Unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names, for he gave.
What verse you on?
We're going to 7.
Oh yeah, go ahead, brother. Yes, 7. Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm
Sorry
starting
about
back from the top.
Yes, sir.
Unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names,
Mm-hmm.
for he gave unto Daniel the name of Belteshazzar,
Belteshazzar.
Belteshazzar,
Yeah.
and to Hananiah of Shadrach, and to
Mishael.
of
Meshach.
Meshach, and to Azariah of Abednego.
Now, every time you go, they won't change your name. They change our forefather's name. That's why I got our name.
Right.
But it's not them changing the name. It's the Most High changing your name.
Right.
Because you got a role to play in there. Go ahead and read.
17.
Yes, sir.
As for these 4 children, God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom.
Who gave it to them?
The Most High gave it
No,
to
they
them.
parents, they mama and them and all of them was smart. That's where you get your knowledge from. And he give you knowledge, people, to use it however he wants you to, however he gets you to do. You got a job to do. You think he gonna take a dummy and put him in the education system? You think he gonna take somebody who delayed and put them in government? You think he gonna put a fool up there in government? No. But go ahead. What verse?
We're still at the end of 17.
Go ahead.
And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams.
Not only they had the knowledge, skills, and all learning and wisdom, but he gave Daniel a little bit more. Understanding in all vision and dream, because Daniel had a job to do with that talent he got. And he had to go and talk to Nebuchadnezzar. That's why he gave it to him. So don't be hating on nobody. If you don't have a certain, what you call it, a talent or skill, it's not for you. We got brother Terra. He's good at breaking down some stuff. That's what he do. We got these brothers. Everybody got some things in here to do. These brothers are good readers, and gifts of help. I like helping. You know what I'm saying? I like to set up stuff. I like to coordinate stuff. That's what I like doing. I've done it all my life. And he moved me into this right here. Hey, just set the stuff up. That's all I concentrate on. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let's go now to Matthew 16. We got 4 more after this. Yeah, everybody got a purpose on this life. (18 through 22). Matthew 16, verse 18 through 22. This is Peter's confession. When you get it, go ahead.
Matthew 16, family, verse 18.
Uh-huh.
And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
Peter got the lead. But Peter was cutting up at one time until he got himself together.
Oh, yeah.
But at the end of the day, because he called him first anyway. So at the end of the day, that's Peter's job. Peter got the bill now. Go ahead and read.
And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven. And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. And whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven.
All your good works, whether you bound it or loose it, if you speak it, it's going to happen. Headquarters got it. Make it happen. Go ahead and read, brother.
Then charged he his disciples that they should tell no man that he was Jesus, the Hamashiach.
Go ahead.
From that time forth began Yahshua to show his disciples how that he must go unto Jerusalem Jerusalem and suffer many things
Mm-hmm.
of the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed and be raised again the third day.
All righty. So we got all of these players here, right? We got the elders, chief priests, the scribe. I wonder who these people are. Y'all know it's the Pharisees, Sadducees, Heronians, and all them clowns. But go ahead and read.
22.
Uh-huh.
Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, Be it far from thee, Lord, this shall not be unto thee.
Now, Peter getting all in his feelings. You know, he getting all caught up, right? But look what Messiah said to him. Go ahead and read.
But he turned again.
Hold on for a minute.
We're going to go to
Oh,
Exodus.
yeah, let's go to Exodus. Hold this spot right here. Exodus chapter 12. When Messiah said that if it prophesied that something gonna happen, if it come out of his mouth, it's gonna happen. So like he told you in the 10, honor thy father and thy mother that your days may be long upon the earth, right? You keep on disrespecting, you gonna come up short or missing.
Yes, sir.
He ain't playing. If he said it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Exodus chapter 12. And we're gonna read verses 1 through 6. When you get it, my brother, go ahead and read, because he said he got to go before the elders and the scribes and the chiefs and all these other folks, right? To be crucified, right? And be raised up the third day. Go ahead and read. This is the ordinance of the Passover. Go ahead and read.
Exodus 12, family, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
Yes, sir.
It shall be the first month of the year to you.
See, everybody thrown off, ain't it? Especially our nation. But anyway, that's a whole nother lesson. Go ahead.
Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel,
Now
saying,
keep to all the Gentiles and the Christians. Because that's what they try to replace it, right? Go ahead, brother.
saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats.
Yes, sir.
And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening.
Now let's skip down to verse 21. Verse 21. And when you get it, go ahead and read.
21. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover.
Now I read this here because after he got the instruction, he went and told the elders to go get you a lamb for the Passover. That's why Messiah said, I got to go before the elders and the chiefs and all these other folks to be killed. Same old thing, right? This is easy work, people. Now let's go ahead back to Matthew 16. We got two more after this. Don't let these Pharisees come in here and shake you and try to twist a script up in here. Unless you like it. Unless you try to get out of something. You might want you some turkey and dressing. Go ahead and read, brother. Verse 22 through 24. What did it say?
Verse 22.
Yes, sir.
Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, Be it not far from thee, Lord, that this shall not be unto thee. But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me. For thou savorest not the things that be of the Most High, but those that be of men.
He said, man, you ain't concentrating on what's of the Most High, from the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said, if people call you, no good way, you don't do none of that stuff, they still gonna call you. I'm gonna hit them like this, man. Satan, don't call me on that fools. Go ahead.
Then said Yahshua unto his disciples.
Now we get into the discipleship is costly. It costs to be a disciple. a student. And a lot of people don't want to deal with this, y'all. Go ahead and read.
If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.
What you mean let him deny himself? That old you that you think is all that, yo, you got to get rid of that person. He ain't hanging out. You know good and well he finna hang out with you. I always talking about people. You're doing things behind the scenes. You say one thing and then do something else. You're running them silly women on the front and back and side. This joke is it. I'm talking on for real, y'all. You won't even go and see about the people. You won't do nothing. You think Messiah hanging out with you? That's not the work of the Father, right? Hold it. Let's go into Matthew chapter 20. Hold that spot. Let's go to Matthew chapter 20. And we got one more. Brother Isaac, tell me, stop that. We got one more ark. Yes, sir. Matthew chapter 20. Pick it up at 17 through 28. What did it say?
Matthew chapter 20, family, verse 17.
We're still dealing with the same thing. Go ahead.
And Yahshua, going up to Jerusalem, took the 12 disciples apart in the way and said unto them, Behold, we go up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man shall be betrayed unto the chief priests and unto the scribes, and they shall condemn him to death, and shall deliver him to the Gentiles to mock, and to scourge, and to crucify him. And the third day he shall rise again.
That's the Gentiles with the S, with the nations. Because you go in there and look at it, who was running that place down there. Go in there, Josephus, it'll tell you. But go ahead and read.
Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshiping him and desiring a certain thing of him.
Now remember, it costs to be a disciple now. She got a request. Listen to her.
And he said unto her, What wilt thou? She saith unto him, Grant that these my two sons may sit, the one on thy right hand and the other on the left, in thy kingdom. But Yahshua answered and said, Ye know not what ye ask. Are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of, and to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? They say unto him, We are able.
Now these are the sons of thunder. And he asked them a question. Are you ready for this thing? They say, hey man, we in. Go ahead and read.
And he saith unto them, Ye shall drink indeed of my cup,
yes, sir,
and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with.
In other words, you're gonna go through the stuff. You see what I'm going through? Y'all got it, y'all just don't know what you got coming. Go ahead.
But to sit on my right hand and on my left is not mine to give you, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared of my Father. And when the 10 heard it, they were moved with indignation against the two brethren.
Oh, that's Israelite. Oh, you gotta ask him something. You his mama. The mama boys up there. I bet they weren't talking loud with them sons of thunder, but go ahead and read.
But Yahshua called them unto him and said, Ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and they that are great exercise authority upon them. But it shall not be so among you. But whosoever will be great among you, let him be your minister.
Did you hear that? He said the Gentiles, the nations, rule over them jokers over there, but they ain't gonna got nothing to do with y'all. Go ahead and read.
And whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant.
Hey man, hey brothers, y'all want to be the big wig and the muck of the muck? Y'all got to do most of the work. I don't want to be. That's what he said. Read now. Go to work. Go ahead and read.
28.
Yes, sir.
Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister and to give his life a ransom for many.
He came to serve and give my life for many, because we read in that Daniel, he didn't come and to die for himself, but for many. Last place, back to Matthew 16, and we're going to read verses 25 through 28. We're going to get a little more deep into that. Discipleship is costly. Yes, sir. Go ahead and read, my brother. Verse 25.
Verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
That means if you're trying to not change, but you want to stay the way you are, you're going to lose your life. Because you, like we just read, you can't hang out with the Messiah. They come as you are. That's another lie from Satan, the devil. That's a doctrine of the Pharisees. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
26.
Yeah.
For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
Mm-hmm.
For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom.
Hallelujah. And that's the lesson for the day. Matthew chapter 16. Hope somebody got some understanding in Yahshua HaMashiach. All right. Let's stop sharing this. All right. Let's look at we don't have. I'm going to get with Brother Terrod and the other elders to get together for the Feast of Dedication, which is next month. It is approaching quickly. And we will be meeting. We will be meeting at the Olive Branch Library next Shabbat. Olive Branch Library. Thank you, that brother. Yes, sir. We also had an awesome time, man. We went out and did the coat drive. Man, it was successful, man. We had a lot of coats out. We paid out a whole lot of coats, man. Them babies, boy, they were looking good in them coats too, wasn't it? Yes, sir. You know, we had, and that's the thing, man. I was talking with some co-workers. You know, they do a lot of volunteer stuff, and I was wondering, okay, do y'all give out certain things, to the public? We know that other places like Walmart and Sam's and all the other people that will support, we knew about it. Sometimes we kind of shy away from using their money because you get too much from it. They be want to run stuff. Next thing you know, they pop up. We going out with y'all today, and then they be want to have the news media and all that other stuff out there. See what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it was a success, and we still have overflow of hoodies and some coats that we're going to continue to give out. And it was right on time too, man, because it's cold out there. Yeah, babies, And the thing about it, even though a lot of people get themselves in a bad situation, especially women who got all these children and not getting support from the father, whatever, they need all the help they can get. They don't get everything from the government. You understand what I'm saying? But little stuff like that helps them out. They can at least save their money without buying them a coat for their children. That's how I look at it. Once again, I want to thank everyone from supporting this ministry. Those of you who donated, sharing these videos, peace and blessing to you guys. Your work is not in vain. It, of course, is written in heaven. And most definitely, the angel are taking it back at the end of the Shabbat. Always be in the mindset of having a good report, going back to Shemayim, right? Because everything we do is being recorded. What is good or what is it evil? With that being said, y'all got anything, my brother? Y'all going out? Yes, sir.
I wanted to add something when you were speaking on that Matthew about when you're talking about scribes and Pharisees. I was just thinking about during the time when I was searching, we had went into a Bible study session with some Church of Christ folks.
Yeah.
And that's the scripture he used.
Yeah.
When Peter when Jesus asked Peter about who you say I am.
Yeah.
He said, "Thou the Christ." And he said, "Well, okay, you didn't get that from flesh and blood." And that's what the preacher said. See, there it is right there. He said the rock The church won't be built on this rock. He is the Christ, the church of Christ.
Hey, they on that. Is your church in the Bible? See, Church of Christ salute you. I'm like, man, y'all about. I fight a Church of Christ guy every time I call him, every now and then.
Yeah, so he gave it to the Pope.
You
Gave the keys to the Pope. So now the bad kid got it all out.
see why they locked and loaded on? That's why they locked and loaded on buffoonery, man. At the end of the day, they are in trouble, and you know what? And they ain't gonna get out of it. They are locked and loaded on foolery. With that being said, just go ahead and stand on, close out. These old bones. Can these bones live?
All right, family. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah.
All right. Yes, sir. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Shabbat. Keep everyone in your prayers. Until next time, shalom.
Which one would you rather be, motivated or dedicated? You know what I'm saying? People saying that they want to be, I want to be motivated.
I've been on my stone lately, at the head of my pillow meditating, conversating with the Ruach, getting to know his voice, so I can move when Messiah tell me my choice. Do you know what it means to be Israelite? Do people notice? Do they see the change in your life? Are you motivated or are you dedicated? It's a difference, the young lion said it. Prostrate when I pray, knees bent faithfully, face bowed to the ground, hands to the heavenly. Godhead on my mind constantly, hastily. You should probably do the same if you're trying to make it. I hear you scream, you an Israelite, but do you know what it means to be Israelite? Do you? I hear you screaming, you an Israelite, but do you know the true meaning to be Israelite? Do you? I hear you scream, you an Israelite, but do you know what it means to be Israelite? I hear you screaming, you an Israelite, but do you know the true meaning to be Israelite? Do you? Do you know? Do you? Do you know? Do you? Do you know? Tell me what it means to be Israelite. In deep thought, seeing Christ in the scriptures, not him in the sacrifice over in Leviticus. Nah, messianic man, cause they gotta witness this unfolding of the same Messiah that they kick against. I'm on one truth, one Christ, one blood, one sanctified sacrifice, one testimony, you better know it. One kingdom, hopefully I'm going. That's what I'm all about, hopefully it's showing. Every time I open up my mouth, I hope I'm glowing. Every time I open up my mouth, the scripture's flowing. Cause I got him at the head of my thoughts, so y'all know it. I hear you scream, you an Israelite, but do you know what it means to be Israelite? Do you? I hear you screaming, you an Israelite, but do you know the true meaning to be Israelite? Do you? I hear you scream, you an Israelite, but do you know what it means to be Israelite? I hear you screaming, you an Israelite, but do you know the true meaning to be Israelite? Do you? Do you know? Do you? Do you know? Do you? Do you know? Tell me what it means to be Israelite.
So you see, motivation is real fit. That's what I'm saying. It's basically a sugar rush. When you think about all your desires, basically a short-term sugar rush, right? But when the circumstances change, so does your motivation. But see, to somebody who's dedicated to the cause, the circumstances not gonna sway whether they stay on track or not. They gonna keep going. So I'm here to tell you today, you best be you rather be dedicated to this resolution